I'm Harold. Welcome to Mount Tahoma Children's Sabbath School. I hope you enjoy your time with us today.
Mom didn't expect Juliana to refuse a cake for her 11th birthday. "I want to bake you a chocolate cake," Mom said a few days before Juliana's birthday. "No, thank you," Juliana said. Mom looked surprised. "Why not?" she said. "I want to feed the homeless people rather than have a cake," Juliana said. "Let's make soup for the homeless." Juliana had seen a crowd of homeless people sleeping at the bus stop when she and Mom had gone out, and she couldn't stop thinking about them. "It's too difficult and too much work," Mom said. "It would cost too much money for the ingredients. We also don't have a big pot to cook enough soup." But Juliana wasn't discouraged. "I want to give soup to the homeless," she insisted. "This is the work of God." Juliana had learned about God at a Seventh-day Adventist church in Salvador, Brazil. She first went to the church because she wanted to join its Pathfinder Club. She had seen a neighborhood friend wearing the Pathfinder uniform, so she wanted to be a Pathfinder too. A little while after she joined the club, she gave her heart to Jesus and was baptized. Mom was glad that Juliana loved God, but she wasn't interested in going to church. After Mom said she couldn't cook soup without a big pot, Juliana visited some of her Adventist neighbors and asked if they had a big pot that she could borrow. 2 neighbors gave her big pots, and she brought them home 3 days before her birthday. But she still didn't have the ingredients for the soup. The matter seemed hopeless, so Juliana prayed, "God, please give me wisdom and touch Mom's heart to allow me to make soup for the homeless." The next day, Juliana gingerly asked Mom again whether she could make soup for the homeless. Mom got angry. "Go to the store and ask for them to donate the food for the soup," she replied. She secretly hoped that Juliana would be too shy to go to the store. But Juliana happily skipped to the neighborhood store, praying, "Thank you, God, for answering my prayer." At the store, she told the manager about her desire to make soup for the homeless and asked if he would donate the ingredients. He told her to return the next day. Juliana went to several other stores with the same request, but all the managers also told her to return the next day. She visited her Adventist neighbors again, and they promised to bring over some vegetables. The day before Juliana's birthday, she stopped at the first grocery store after school. The manager gave her a huge bag of vegetables. The other stores and her Adventist neighbors also gave her food as they said they would. Mom was shocked when she saw bags of onions, chili peppers, potatoes, carrots, pumpkins, corn, spices, and other ingredients for soup. "What is all this?" she asked. "These are the ingredients for the soup that you're going to make," Juliana beamed and showed Mom the 2 big pots that she had borrowed. Mom was amazed at Juliana's determination to help the homeless. With the help of several Adventist women, they made the soup. On her birthday, Juliana put on her Pathfinder uniform, and with her friends and Mom, they loaded the 2 big pots of soup into a car. When they arrived at a bus stop where some homeless people sat, a friend announced, "Today is Juliana's birthday, and she has made soup for you." The homeless people were delighted. Everyone formed a circle around Juliana and clapped and sang "Happy Birthday" to her. Mom felt ashamed that she hadn't wanted to help the homeless. She realized that Juliana was filled with the love of God, and she wanted to be filled with God's love too. 2 months after Juliana's birthday, Mom was baptized. Today, Juliana, Mom, and several other church members go out twice a month to feed the homeless and share God's blessings. You can give to this quarter's 13th Sabbath offering, part of which will help open a place in Juliana's city, Salvador, Brazil, where people can take Bible studies and healthy cooking classes. Think about ways that you too can help people in need in your community. Thank you for your mission offering.
milk. Drink that milk. Eat those words and go strong. Mr. Postman came to me, and that was the copy I NIV. Yeah, read your Bible and go stronger. Can't wait any longer. Shoo-doo-ah, shoo-doo-ah, yeah, shoo-doo-ah, shoo-doo-ah, yeah.
Love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind, and love all mankind as you love yourself, and love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul and mind, and saying, we got Jesus wants to live, we got nothing to hide, 'cause in His arms we abide.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to Him belong. They are weak, but He is strong.
Yo.
Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Jesus loves me, He who died. Heaven's gate to open wide. He will wash away my sins. Let His little child come in.
Yo.
Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so.
Hi, my name is Jair, and I will be doing the memory verse. Whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be your slave. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give His life as a ransom for many. Matthew 20:26 through 28.
Unexpected servant. How would you feel if you offered to help someone in need and they were rude in return? Would you help them anyway? How do you think that following Jesus' example would lead you to do some unexpected things? Jerusalem was overcrowded that night. Jews from around the world were gathered to celebrate Passover. Every Jew tried to be in Jerusalem for this festival. This was the time they recalled the great day when the Israelites were released from Egyptian slavery. Jesus and his 12 disciples entered the upper room. The disciples had great expectations. Jesus had been talking about establishing his kingdom. The disciples believed this meant he was about to rise up against the oppressive Roman rulers and set up his government. And at Passover, he would have the largest crowd to witness his coronation. The question the 12 disciples were arguing about was, who will Jesus appoint as his chief ministers in his cabinet? This question had prompted John and James to request their mother to talk to Jesus for them. The others had been able to hear her pleading with Jesus. "Grant that one of these two sons of mine may sit at your right and the other at your left in your kingdom." The other 10 disciples were angry with James and John. They had demanded an explanation from them. By the time they all arrived at the upper room, they were not talking to one another. They all competed to sit closest to Jesus, just like brothers and sisters fighting to sit on their father's knee. When Judas pressed next to Jesus on the left, John hurried to the seat on Jesus' right. Judas was determined to prevent James and John from taking the highest positions. "I am the most educated in the group," he thought. Meanwhile, Jesus' attention was on the events that would be unfolding the next day. He was going to die a cruel death. The meal he was about to eat with them would be his last supper. He wanted to see a spirit of unity and love among them. He wanted them to be more conscious of one another's needs. It was customary at a feast for a servant to wash the feet of the guests. In this room, the basin, towels, and the pitcher of water were provided, but no servant was present. Judas looked at Peter as if he meant to say, "Hey, Peter, this is your job. After all, you've been a fisherman." Peter looked down as if he were unconscious of what needed to be done. Jesus glanced at each of his disciples. They were all busy thinking, only a servant can do such a task. Then Jesus got up from the table and quietly removed his coat. He wrapped a towel around his waist and poured water into a dish. The disciples began to scratch their heads, wondering what Jesus was about to do. Jesus knelt beside Judas, indicating that he needed washing, and asked him to place his feet in the basin. Judas felt the warmth of Jesus' hands as he washed his soiled feet. Jesus continued around the table, disciple by disciple. When he came to Peter, Jesus asked him to put his feet in the water. "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Peter asked. Jesus replied, "You do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand." "No," Peter said, pulling his leg back. "You will never wash my feet." "If I don't wash your feet, then you aren't really one of my followers," Jesus explained. Peter put both of his feet into the basin. "Then, Lord," he replied, "not just my feet, but my hands and my head as well." But Judas despised Jesus' humility. Jesus, Judas thought, didn't seem fit to be the expected Messiah. He didn't seem about ready to be crowned a king. At a convenient time, Judas walked out of the room to find the high priest. He was determined to act quickly. That very night, he would hand Jesus over to the priests.
My name is Preston. I'm going to be doing the craft today. You will need pieces of paper, a pencil or a pen, scissors, and glue. You also need something to make circles with. First, you're going to have to fold it in the middle. Second, you put it in the corner with the crease. If it doesn't look that good, you could erase like this and make it look better. Like that. I'm just gonna bubble cut it right here like this. Then you take it out like this. What the hand is supposed to look like. Now you do this. Now, set this aside and get a coin like this. Get your pencil. you put this on here. Then you could fold it in half, put it down there, then you trace it.
Can you draw like two more?
Next, you grab one of yours, and then take this out, put a little glue right here. Just put these like wherever. Next, you get your pen, and then you make a T circles for its eyes, smiley face. Next, we are making antennas. Draw it very thin. Flip it over, back, a little glue, put this right there. Now it is a butterfly. When you use your hands to serve, beautiful things happen.